Hi, my name's Lot, and I used to be really fucking fat. I'm not really that fat anymore. How are we chickens? It's not quite kittens, is it? No, fair enough. You may be wondering, where the fuck are you, Lot? This is not the usual background. Well, my dear friends, I live in a very old house that needs a lot doing to it. And slowly, very slowly, are we making our way around the house and doing up rooms. So my setup for the longest time was just in our living room because my fella also has his own streaming thing going on. So he got his stream room upstairs sorted, boxed, and mine was next up on the list. So I was kind of shoved in the corner in the living room for the longest time, and I was fine with that. And I started making videos anyway, whatever. I didn't expect to get like 13,000 subs in such a short amount of time. So we were like, shit, we probably need to like get you a proper setup here, don't we? So this is my new office. My record player, my records, what record is on player at the moment, some Liverpool Purple Bin art by, I think the artist's name's Sophie Green. And then of course, you know, we had to get a chair. He got so used to sitting behind me all the time that when we first put the room together, I didn't have a chair yet for him. I wasn't going to. I actually had a big mirror and other plans for that area, right? But he kept coming in and just lying on the carpet on the floor next to me, and I was like, I've got to get him a chair, haven't I? So Carter has his own chair in here. This is Carter's chair. Obviously Mossy likes it as well. Mossy fits on it as well. But now that's addressed, we can crack on. So I thought today we'd catch up with Glitter and Lasers. I know that I'm not a reaction channel, right? I'm not a Go Award reaction channel. I like to consume the content at my own pace when I fancy it, and so much comes from the goals so often that at one point, I'd say about 12 months ago, it was sometimes all I'd have in my ears is listening to their videos or listening to reaction channels, whatever. It's just not good. It's just not good for you. So obviously now, like, I don't do that. I listen to podcasts and audiobooks and stuff. I don't really keep up with them day to day, right? That being said, yes, I have seen Amberlynn Reid on the LCU. Quick fire opinions on it. It's scripted as fuck. It's boring as fuck. It's loud as fuck. And it sends my nervous system into actual overdrive. I can't listen to it. I tried. It's not just insufferable, like, it's just unwatchable. I hate to say it. Maybe this is me breaking up with Amberlynn Reid. I hate to say it because I was introduced to Gore World in, I want to say 2000, late 17, early 18. It was definitely while I was in my first year at university. I fucking loved it. Like, I was like, who is this person? Fascinates me. And obviously from there, everyone else's journey usually goes, you find one goal, you find all the goals then eventually, but you always have a favourite, don't you? A little favourite. And I think it's time for me to break up with her, for now at least, because I can't watch this LCU era, as she likes to call them. I sat through Single In era, I sat through YP Feline era. I can't sit through this. I can't do it. That being said, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't keep up with Glitter and Lasers day to day, even week to week, to be honest. The only time I get updates on Glitter and Lasers is when I watch either a Honey Bison video about it, an Angelica Unfiltered video about it, a Shikara Transformations video about it. I get pretty behind, and Glitter and Lasers push so much out all the time, all day, every day, that like there's not enough fucking hours in the day. Do you know what I mean? So I thought today we'd go and have a look back at the last month and a little bit of Anna's life. I've got content from December 1st right to yesterday, which was January 2nd. I am aware that at some point in this content, she actually goes on a break. I took all this content from the archivists, archivists, or what they call them, over at the pastures. So I know that sometimes people don't like that forum, but honestly, like, they do fucking God's work in terms of archiving all sorts of people. I don't know how they sit through it. So without further ado, we'll crack on. We'll catch up with Anna. From what I was reading, people were hypothesizing that she had a DEXA scan, which basically a DEXA scan, if you're not in the know, is a kind of scan that reads your entire body. It reads your muscle mass, your body fat percentage, your bone density, etc. Literally, it's like all of the possible metrics of your body you'd want to know. She went for one of these and was advertising it, and I think in some of these clips that I've saved from the pastures, it's the day that she gets a DEXA scan, and there was some whispers of like people thinking that she didn't get results she wanted to hear from the DEXA scan, so she had a bit of a narc meltdown. So I want to say that was of my opinion too. I can't remember if it was a Honey Bison stream or an Angelica Unfiltered stream. They were talking about why we possibly think that Anna's on this break, and at the time my hypothesis was that she got results she didn't like on the DEXA scan. Now, after sitting on it for a little bit, I just think she had time off. Let's see if watching through these videos changes my mind today. Anna fucking loves using copyrighted music, and to be honest, I'm quite enjoying having a monetized channel. I will tell you what the copyrighted sound is, and I hope that you can forgive me that it's not playing all the way through. Diva is a female vision of a hustler is the tune playing, if anyone's wondering. This is Anna doing a deadlift, raised deadlift, and she's replying to a comment, and the comment says, I saw what you did. I was waiting for a 315 deadlift, so a 315 pound deadlift. So 315 pounds, 142 kilos, right? She's repping out 315 pounds, right? Cool, dead strong. However, oh, there's so much to say here, right? I am not a coach. I'm not a PT. I'm not qualified to teach anyone or train anyone, which therefore means I'm not insured to do that. All I can do is based on my own training, my own learning, my own knowledge, and my own coaching, because I pay for a coach. The first rep, her knees kind of lock backwards, which is horrific. And then on each individual rep, one arm is weaker than the other in terms of like it's behind the other arm. So the bar path isn't just a straight and narrow bar path, everything's in time. It's kind of like wonky in a way, like she's lifting like that and then relying on this locking back her knees to lock out the deadlift at the top. Her deadlift form has improved, but that final rep is quite dirty and quite messy. Mass moves mass. If a 60 kilo woman was deadlifting 60 kilos after a couple of months of training, I'd have oh my God, that's fucking amazing because you're moving your body weight. She is a 500 odd pound woman. And I know the last time I spoke about her weight specifics, people had a bit of a, oh my God, she's not that, she's this. Right, we don't know her exact weight, right? For the sake of arguments, between 500 and 550 pounds. She's not moving body weight. Also, her belt is, and this has been brought up before, her belt is in the wrong place. That's the point of the belt, is to be able to brace your core, and her belt is not at her core, which is hilarious. Next song is, oh, she's sweet but psycho, little bit psycho. And this is Anna deadlifting again. She says on her caption here, I was really in my head today, and as a result, my form was messy as fuck. I keep trying over and over to get it raised. Sure, pulling a lot of weight is impressive, but I really want to do it correctly. I want it to be clean. That need to be perfect got in the way. The more I worried, the worse my lifts got. I'm learning I need to trust my body in training. Doubt, worry, and I need to do it perfectly are going to be my biggest hurdles to overcome. This sport is so freaking mental. You don't just get physically stronger, you grow mentally as well. You know what? I'm not here to shit on her all the time, every time, right? Because what's the point of shitting on someone without giving constructive feedback? Or when you agree with them, agree with them. When you get in your head about a lift and you overthink, yeah, your form can fuck up because you're overthinking it. I am an overthinker. I am a sufferer of this. I understand where she's actually coming from here. I do Olympic weightlifting and I really struggle with my snatch. Really get in my head about it. I know exactly what I'm doing wrong and I overthink it and I overcorrect it, which leads to another mistake elsewhere, right? And then because I failed it, I get in my head and I think I can't do it. Over time, that has gotten better with working alongside my coach to understand exactly what is going wrong in each and in every lift, which is why I film each and every single lift and upload it to my training app for my coach to review, and my coach does in detail. Sometimes I get 10-minute long videos about a 30-second clip. My coach is amazing. In any sport ever, not just lifting, mental endurance is just as important as the physical side of it. A muscle, when it's trained over and over again, will get stronger. With your mental, it's a bit more complicated than that. Learn patterns, learn behaviors, experiences from your childhood, experiences during your adulthood, lived experience, life lens, etc. all contribute to how you approach things. I'm sure everyone that's watching this video knows someone that cries all the time, my life's so hard, my life's this, like my life's that, and you think, oh my god, if you just did this one thing, your life would be so much easier. If you just did this, you just did that, and like things are really easily solved because they aren't in the mental state to be able to do those simple things that would make their lives easier. They don't do those things. It's a similar thing, yeah, right? So I hate to admit it, but I agree with her. However, Anna has had this thing with her lifting now, well, the entire time she's doing it, where if she feels like every time she goes in the gym she needs to hit a PR. No, she wants to hit a PR. It's not that she needs to, she wants to. Every time she goes to the gym, I hit a PR, I hit a PR, I hit a PR. Every time you go to the gym, you can't hit a PR, especially in like technical weight-based sports. The strength and the PRs come from the boring, monotonous, technical work that is often lightweight, that you may think, oh my god, this makes me look so weak, I look so like a beginner, I look so this, I look so that. Actually, the biggest growth comes from that. It's not normal to hit PRs every single week, right? Last year, I only added 7 kilos to my clean and jerk. To a person that may not understand that would be like, well, that's not a lot of weight. Like, people can put on 10, 20 odd kilos to a squat every year. Like, what's 7 kilos? But there's so much that goes into technical weight-based sport. I also put 10 kilos onto my snatch last year. It's nothing to do with my strength. My strength is there. It's all technical. If you're in your head and your form is messy, why are we still pushing through on that weight? Strip it back, focus, hone in, because you can't keep pushing heavy if you've not got the foundations. The foundations have to come first.
I am dealing with a little bit of body dysmorphia and I've been kind of struggling. So I went to my manual lymphatic drainage massage today and I was seeing someone I hadn't seen in a while because she'd been on vacation. So I asked her to describe what in my body had changed since the last time she saw me. And she told me about some fluid that had gone down. She also told me about some muscles that had gotten stronger. And it helped me see things that I just wasn't seeing in the...
All right, I only have the 20-second clip of that, right? I actually got a DM off someone on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, right? And it was something along the lines of like, do you ever worry about putting the weight back on? Do you ever struggle with like body dysmorphia, and a couple other questions, right? I try and answer as many DMs as I can, but like I just don't have the time in the fucking day, mate. Like I want to give all of you all my attention, but I can't, right? But I decided to give this one a response. I won't touch on, do I ever worry about putting the weight back on? I'll just give you the simple answer. No, I don't. That's got a whole reason behind it. It's probably got its own video, right? Second question, do I ever suffer body dysmorphia? Absolutely. All the time. In fact, still in my head, think I'm as big as I was. So I started selling my old clothes finally that don't fit me anymore. So I was a 34-inch waist at my biggest. Well, those pants are a bit tight on me, to be honest. I was wearing stretchy leggings and men's pants all the time. Sold a lot of those clothes on Vinted, and I held up a pair next to my waist that I was really excited to finally fit into at the start of my weight loss journey. I'll put a little picture of it here, so because I posted on my Instagram story. And in my head, I still look like that. And only then, when I saw the physical evidence of my hard work, I was like, holy shit. I get it, I understand the body dysmorphia thing. But Anna, you're a 500-pound woman. There's no body dysmorphia here. Your body fat will kill you. Honestly, I think you suffer with the opposite way around of you think you're smaller than you are. And yet, your strength training, you're gonna gain some muscle, which, by the way, is so small for women month by month, even with training to failure. Like, I won't bore you with the science if you want to know the exact science. Honey Bison talks about it all the time. Go and watch her stuff. That's not where I want to go with my content. I want to focus on like mental stuff. The way women gain muscle is so slow that your body has not changed that much in the time between your last massage and today's massage, that your masseuse is going, oh yeah, you put on loads of muscle there. Like, come on, girl.
I got a new gym bag. You want to see it?
I say this in, I feel like, every single Anna video. I don't care how you decide to go to the gym. I don't care what you wear, how you do your hair, how you do your makeup, what your fucking bag is. I don't care, because I think that however you decide to go gets you there. So the girlies that wear the matching sets and put on a full face and do their hair really cute and in like cool space buns and braids and stuff, I think they look really cool and awesome. The girlies that turn up in t-shirts that are 5 sizes too big for them and tiny little shorts, also super cool. Me personally don't have enough time in the day to be thinking about what I'm going to look like in the the gym because I still, like I said, I still work a 9 to 5 job. So I go to work and then I leave work and I go to the gym. I've not got the time to think about what I look like in the gym. And I don't wear makeup at work either because I work in a lab. A lot of the time I have like safety goggles on and stuff, so like it just gets imprinted in the makeup. Like it's more comfortable for what my job is to be makeupless. And don't get me wrong, I love wearing makeup. I'm wearing makeup right now. I love wearing it. I wish I was in a position where I could be a little bit more expressive and wear it a little bit more often, but I'm just literally not. And then I go to the gym after work. And literally, it's when I pack my gym bag in the morning, it's whatever shorts are in the drawer, whatever joggers are in the drawer, because it's fucking freezing right now in the UK. I'm putting joggers over my shorts. Whatever t-shirt is there, bam, 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 whatever. And then when I get the gym, I throw them on. But there's something so obnoxious about a grown woman going to, because this is like the specialized strength gym, going to the specialized strength gym, setting up a tripod and recording herself with a multicolored backpack on. What are we doing? I'm not against having childish things, right? I'd be a fucking hypocrite if so. Like, we know I'm a miffy girly. If you want to dress eclectic, if you want to dress camp, if you want to dress flamboyant, if you want to dress childish at its core, that's your right to do so. I don't care. What I care about is I'm paying a gym membership to go to the gym, and I walk in the gym and some 40-year-old toddler has set up the fucking tripod to show off their multicolored backpack and talk about how they look like Dora the Explorer. I'm like, I've just been at work all day. I've been at work all day. Can't wait to go to the gym, de-stress, feel good at something. Walk in, Anna's there with a fucking tripod singing Dora the Explorer. I'd walk back out. I'd actually walk back out. So it's a Megan Thee Stallion song, ooh, baby, baby. I'm all that and a flaming hot bag of chips. I feel like I get so bogged down in the content itself that I miss the filter stuff. And I know you guys really care about that. And do you know what? I actually now really care about it. At first, like, I didn't really give a fuck. It's like, right, the only person that you're lying to is yourself, right? And I mean this across the board for not just Anna, but any content creator that filters or slim filter or anything like that. The only person that you're tricking is yourself. Like, your body weight doesn't affect me. What waist size you are doesn't affect me. It affects you though. So if I started like body filtering myself, like, that doesn't affect you guys, but like, that affects me. She's been yapping about having body dysmorphia, but then is filtering. And it says, first day trying to push press, and I'm pumped on how much power I'm getting. Your girl is moving a whole plate now. I'm so excited to explore how this advances my overhead. To be honest, I don't know what plates start at in the US in terms of the pounds. Is it 5 kilos? Is it 10 kilos? I wouldn't say this is the most powerful push press in the world. However, her form is getting a lot better. This is something that I picked up because of a comment on the farms, I will say. But her having the belt in the wrong place. Thank you to that commenter. Her having the belt in the wrong place on her back is actually helping her not overextend her back into that arch that we saw in her overhead pressing and her push pressing. It's actually keeping her more upright, it being in the wrong place, which is hilarious because that's not what the belt's for. The belt is there to brace your core. Fine, great, woo, push press. The plates are one size, and then as she brings the plates back down to her body, they get smaller. Could this be the 0.5 lens on an iPhone? Yeah. Sometimes I have to use that as well if awkward angles in the gym and like I need to put my phone on the floor and like, you know, it can make, right? But I don't think this is 0.5 on an iPhone because it's on a tripod looking at her straight on at the side, and the plates get bigger as they go to the top and they get smaller as they come towards her. And if you look dead close to her belly, yeah, that's some fuzzy warping. You're not lying to anyone but yourself, Anna. She talks about being a chronically ill girl, right? Because she is. If she does have Ehlers the connective tissue disorder that she says she has, right? If she has that, like she says she has that, and she's showing other overweight, obese, morbidly obese women that she can train too. She can train strongman. The filters are also lying to them. If I was a big girl and I saw another big girl lifting, I'd be like, oh my god, I can do it too. But you're just lying to them, man.
It's been a long day. I forgot about my advent calendar, so let's open it up. I've actually never had this one, but heard great things. So much better than yesterday.
Protein bar advent calendar that has a full-size protein bar in it every single day. Said it before, I'll say it again. Protein bars have the time and the place. I'm not gonna shit on them, but an entire month of a full-sized protein bar every single day is hilarious. Like, you're just eating a chocky bar. You're just having a full-size chocky bar every single day. The protein content doesn't really matter.
So recently in the gym, I realized that there's some things I still just can't do in the way I want to do them. I just can't get my squats deep enough. So I've decided to focus on losing some fat to be able to achieve those things. And I'm partnering with One Medical to make that possible.
I know this has already been discussed at length, partnership with Amazon One Medical, but we're going to look at it anyway, okay?
The reason I chose to partner with One Medical on this phase of my journey is I know that it's more than just taking a weight loss medication, and I wanted a partner in this journey, and they felt like the best place for me to find that partnership. So if you want to check them out, they're linked right here, and I'll be sharing my journey along the way.
Is it the best place? Or would they just paying really well? Get your bag. Honestly, get your bag. Get your bag. Take the sponsorship, get your bag. My opinion on it, if you're creating content, you deserve to be compensated for your work, right? As long as the sponsorship is ethical, aligns with your brand, etc., what's the issue? No issue. I've got no issue with creators that I enjoy watching taking sponsorships. If anything, I'm stoked when I see a creator I like be sponsored. But you didn't choose them because they're the best, did you? You chose them because they're paying you, Anna.
As part of this partnership, I'm also going to be using Amazon Pharmacy, which I actually love because they deliver the medications right to your door, and that is nice when you are a busy lady like me.
Lazy as fuck. To be honest, like, the concept of Amazon having a pharmacy knocks me sick, but that's a whole other conversation in itself. Now, here is the full ad that made everyone mad as fuck.
It's time for me to level up. As y'all know, I've been using a low dose of a GLP-1 as part of my treatment plan. But recently, I decided to increase that dose. And now I'm focusing on fat loss.
I'm partnering with One Medical to make it happen.
It's like watching an 80s, 90s infomercial. Like, I literally feel like I'm watching an infomercial for stupid fucking nighttime telly products, do you know what I mean? Second of all, we didn't know you're on a GLP-1, Anna. This is new information. I know this has already been talked about to death by other creators, but, like, we didn't know that. And I feel like I need to say it as well. We didn't know that. I actually would have respected you more if when you first started taking the low dose of GLP-1, if you come out and said, hey guys, I'm taking a low dose of GLP-1, but doesn't that just contradict the fact that one of your medical team or a surgeon or whoever it was told you that you had no more burnable fat?
I specifically chose One Medical because of their 360 medical approach to treatment. This is not about getting smaller, this is about getting healthier. And I just want to get deeper in my squat. To do that, I want to make sure I have a provider I can work with, access to referrals to a nutritionist and other providers as I need them, and a health-first approach to this journey.
I am still very serious about my training, and I don't want to lose any of this muscle.
Any of that muscle? All that muscle, baby.
One thing I really liked about One Medical is that they don't rush you in appointments. I have a complicated medical history, and I need time to unpack that with a provider. Plus, I can get my medications delivered right to my door from Amazon Pharmacy, so it's just easier. Also, my schedule is all over the place, so the fact that I can book same day or next day appointments or even meet virtually with the provider just makes it work. I chose One Medical because it made starting this next phase of my journey a lot easier without compromising my medical care. I'm sensitive to conversations about my weight, so I decided to track my progress with a DEXA scan versus a scale. That'll allow me to focus on fat loss, but more on that later. So click the link in my bio to learn more about One Medical and see how easy it is to get started with healthcare that just fits your life. And stay tuned here because I'll be sharing more of my journey along the way because we need to talk.
The amount of cope that these kind of creators go through. She said for so long that she had no burnable fat left, hence why she went and had the cosmetics procedures to physically remove the lipedema. And now you're telling me that she's focused on fat loss via GLP-1. Don't get this twisted. As someone I said in Angelica and Filters Live last night, I want Anna to lose weight. I want Anna to lose fat. I want Anna to prove us wrong. I want Anna to get really good at strongman. I want Anna to literally prove us all wrong. I do. I want that. I want that for her. I want that for us. Because ultimately, why I'm here, like the other Avengers in the assembly, is because I want people to live healthier, longer, more fulfilled, happier, safer, more peaceful lives, right? So yeah, I want that. But you're such a fucking liar. You had no more unburnable fat, but now you're on a weight loss medication. Okay, so this is Anna strict pressing and then push pressing. And it says, it's crazy the difference 4 months can make. This was the video and I decided to remove it from feed because some days I can take being the internet's punching bag and some days I can't. I know myself and today's not one of those days. I pulled and posted it here in my stories where the real ones hang out. I'm pretty sure she posted this on her main feed and then deleted it because people were pointing out the fact that those aren't the same movements. If I remember correctly, people were commenting saying, these aren't the same movements, and she was responding, well, the push press is the progression from the strict press, right? I wouldn't say it's a progression necessarily. They're just different movements. Strict press is solely, the strength is solely coming from the upper body. With the push press, you've got the strength from the upper body assisted by the momentum of the lower body, which also, the momentum created by the lower body is also related to the lower body strength. So yeah, you're going to be able to move more weight in a push press. Strict press is strength, push press is strength and momentum. You can't compare the two. They're not comparable. I posted a reel on a TikTok and it was a similar sort of vein of me being nervous to back squat 30 kilos, and then that followed with me front squatting 80 kilos for a paused front squat and then followed by a standard front squat, right? That is an example of a movement then leading into a more difficult movement and it being stronger. Front squats are more difficult than back squats. With a front squat, there's more demand of your upper body and your wrist mobility. When you're loaded on the front, it is more difficult compared to the back. That is a good comparison of at the point of I was scared to back squat 30 kilos, but now I can do this on the front squat. Because those are almost aligned in terms of like the same movement but slightly different in terms of where the bar's held, right? That it's all still strength rather than momentum, right? Whereas here, a push press is strength plus momentum. They're not comparable. Yeah, it's really awesome that you've still doing this after 4 months. You've proven quite a few people wrong. I don't know how long Anna's going to keep doing this for. I don't really want to guess. I don't want to put a time scale on it. There's some creators that I've seen that have guessed that she'll only do it for 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, so on and so forth, or she'll quit just before the competition. I think it's really cool that she's still been doing it for 4 months. That's a great comparison. That's fine. But they're not the same movement. And trying some new stuff today because my knee is being a little wonky. The biggest challenge of my training is being able to pivot when my body decides to flare. I always show up and we always find something to do. This move actually makes my knee feel a bit better, which makes no sense to me. It works, so I'm not complaining. If you have to adjust movements because of injury, fine, happens. It's one of them. But my upset here is with the language you use. When my body decides to flare. Like her body again is a separate entity to herself, to her brain. If you know what causes flare-ups, and that's most of the time, as far as I'm aware, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, this is often related to nutrition and diet, etc. If you know that doing X, Y, and Z causes a flare, that's you causing a flare on your body. Your body doesn't just flare up because it fancies it. You don't have rheumatoid arthritis. So this is just a picture, and it's Anna in her gym jammies, and she says, wrestling hardcore today. I'm flaring pretty bad, but we figured out the cause. Hormones. I'm super proud because this is the first time since my lipedema / autoimmune stuff got bad that I have not gained around 20 pounds of inflammation due to my period. I didn't know it was coming, which usually is literally painfully obvious, and instead my weight is consistent. For those of you who aren't familiar with my condition, these swings in water weight can be incredibly painful when the water does not come off. Exhausting. This is a tremendous step forward in managing everything. Flares will likely always happen due to hormones, but this is evidence everything else is right where it needs to be. I feel like hormones is a buzzword excuse at the moment, like, oh, hormones affect me like this, hormones affect me like that. What do you mean hormones? Which ones? Tell me exactly how, because this means like fucking nothing otherwise to me. But sure, the concept of 20 pounds, which is 10 kilos of water weight because of inflammation. Okay. Bump up the gem, bump it up. New log PR, 135 pounds, which is 61 kilos. One arm's weaker than the other, which is fine. Everyone has one arm weaker than the other, and one of my arms is weaker than the other. It's one of those, but it needs addressing. The locking back of the knees is so bad, dude. Not everything as perfect. Oh my god, I hate when she doesn't fucking spell check herself. Not everything as perfect. Bag throws 8 officially my nemesis. So I think she means not everything is perfect. Bag throws are officially my nemesis. Yeah, because you've got absolutely no explosion in you. You got no explosive power because you're 500 pounds. Oh my god. This is the best way you've ever got protein. Bought this protein cookie dough from Twisted Donuts on a whim on Black Friday. 77 calories and 10 grams of protein per serving. Am I going to check their site to see if the holiday flavours are still in stock? Yes, I am. We've yapped on about how we're inflamed and we're still eating ultra-processed protein snacks. This isn't even a snack, this is a straight up dessert. Protein snacks, desserts, shakes, etc. They have the place, right? They have the place. Your main source of protein shouldn't be ready to eat protein cookie dough, especially when you have autoimmune diseases that cause inflammation in your body. What are we doing?
I'm very skeptical, but I'm trying it for science. It's like a patch you put on your arm. It's supposed to keep you awake.
Anything but getting 8 hours of sleep, eating whole foods, and drinking fucking 2 litres of water. What the fuck is this? B12 awake. What the actual fuck is this? The Good Patch. I need to Google what the fuck this is. The Good Patch. Huh? So this is a patch, an adhesive patch, which contains caffeine, B12, and green tea. 15 milligrams of caffeine, green tea extract, and vitamin B12. I'm actually in fucking awe. B12 deficiencies are super common especially in women. My mum actually, in fact, was B12 deficient for quite a while, and she was actually having to get B12 injections. B12, mostly, as far as I'm aware, is consumed via diet, specifically through meat, fish, and dairy. I actually take a B complex supplement, which is a couple of Bs, vitamin Bs, added like all together. But anything but just eating whole foods. Literally, we're sticking synthetic fucking B12 onto our arms before we'll just eat like a plate of whole foods. Holy shit, man. Chewing up some more apples before they go bad. That's like a fucking kilo of apples. Holy shit. Here's how I make them. Add apples to a pot with a tablespoon of whatever oil or fat you choose for every 3 apples. I did 6 apples. She had 2 tablespoons of oil then. Oh. So if it was olive oil, which I highly doubt it was olive oil, but let's, for the sake of arguing, 2 tablespoons of olive oil is 238 calories, by the way. She did 6 apples. I tooped it instead of topped with lots of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg and a pinch of salt. Then I add this Swerve Sweetie brown sugar to taste. I put about 1/4 cup at the beginning, and then I'll taste later as they stew to see if it needs more. Apples can vary in tartness, so sometimes you need more, sometimes you don't. I cover them and let them cook down over a low heat until they're golden brown. At the end, I add 1/4 cup of water and allow them to cook off into a nice syrup. They keep for 3 to 4 days, but I freeze them in little batches and defrost as I need them. Can't just eat an apple, we have to stew them. Next up, there's a series of screenshots of Anna crashing the fuck out across December 7th and December 8th. So first of all, it's a screenshot of a DM with a follower, and she's put the caption over it: "Shout out to my fake ass followers, thanks for believing in me." The DM says, "Just eat some chicken. Oh my fucking god, all you eat is protein candy, no wonder you're enormous." Are they wrong? Anna responds, "Genuine question, why do you care what I eat?" And the person responds, Better question, why don't you care what you eat? Aren't you sick of being super morbidly obese? You're on a GLP-1 and blowing out your joints pretending to be a strong woman, but yet still have to use the hello, it's ready scale. Shocking. That people who see your content where all you talk about is your changing body, yet you look the same as you did pre-liposuction botch jobs. Honestly, I think you should care more about yourself, your food, your luxury apartment that you treat like a depression trash can than your stupid capitalist sponcon and what your fake ass followers will engage with. You seem miserable and your gum disease is getting really bad. It continues. Don't open yourself up for judgment by showing yourself eating fucking protein candy on a daily basis. Act surprised when people have opinions about that shit. You'll never be an athlete eating processed whey protein and xylitol. You can't outrun a shit diet, Anna. Seems obvious to everyone but you and your body, which is apparently a separate entity. Tell us more about your mysterious flare-ups and chronic illness, but not before you also show yourself eating 7 servings of a highly processed protein cookie dough. Wouldn't it be so sweet if you actually fit into those size 3X clothes you paint onto yourself daily? Imagine. Anna responds, wow, I just don't understand why all of this is so important to you. I'm not perfect, I openly admit that, but why you care is still unclear to me. And then she captioned the screenshot, joke's on her, I'm wearing 2X and tops now. 2X is not a brag, Anna. And you know what? Like, I don't even have anything to add. I feel like that DM couldn't have actually have said it any better. She said what we're all thinking, yeah. It's embarrassing. It's not that we care, Anna. You're a public figure on the internet, showing how you live, showing things that, quite frankly, could be dangerous. You're a woman that claims to have multiple chronic illnesses. You're super morbidly obese, and you're also trying to make out that you're an athlete. This can be dangerous for other people. And not only that, you're shilling stuff to people as well. Do you not care? Anyway, she continues. The point of the last series of messages isn't that I'm hurt. The point is that person went off on me over and over and could never explain why it mattered to them. Each time I asked, they redirected the conversation to insult me more. They couldn't explain why they consumed all this information about me. They couldn't justify it. They couldn't give me an explanation of why they spent hours researching me, because it's not justifiable. Healthy, well-grounded people don't relentlessly obsess over things they hate. They change them when they can, or they move on to something else. People who say stuff like this are stuck in their own hell. I feel for them. There are so many amazing things to be happy about. I hope they find some. And then she continues again. Also, if you find yourself obsessing over something you hate, my advice would be to immediately start thinking about the reasons you love something else. I do this all the time. I don't love how some people talk about me online, so I don't consume that content. I instead actively make time in my day to do arch animals videos. What the fuck that is. Every time I have to block people, I make sure to spend time right after responding to my comments and commenting on strangers' posts. Don't let the hate linger. Find a way to move on. It will kill you if you don't. Everyone gets hate on the internet. I get hate on the internet. Like, it's very rare, but I do get nasty comments about my appearance. I get nasty comments about what I sound like. I get nasty comments about how I'm actually still overweight. Like, I get nasty comments. If you're a public figure on the internet with a huge following like Anna's, like, it's to be expected. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world is. And yeah, it's not healthy to obsess over things you hate. I agree. It's not. Going back to my point at the beginning of the video where I talked about Amberlynn Reid and about how I'm going to stop consuming her content now she's on local universes, because my nervous system can't handle the constant shouting on there. It's not good for me, so I'm going to stop consuming it. That's fine. But at the end of the day, Anna, this person you may perceive to be obsessed, but ultimately this information about you is readily available in all different formats across multiple different sites. It's not hard. It's not like they went deep down rabbit holes and researched you and pulled the private information. Like, you're everywhere. You post every bit of your life. Everything that you do is on the internet. It's not hard to see and be able to point out exactly the things that this girl was saying. To be honest, I don't think she was rude. I think she was giving you a taste of pure reality, because no one has given you a taste of pure reality to your face before. Anna, you are super morbidly obese with multiple chronic illnesses, eating ultra processed protein desserts and snacks as your protein source and claiming to be an athlete. You can be an athlete, Anna. Anyone can be an athlete, but just look at what you're doing first. Like, and I'm not hurt. Well, you've posted it on your story, so you obviously are. And then it's another screenshot Anna's pasted a hot dog over herself. And it's a screenshot on top of that, I'm presuming of the same DM. Oh, fuck off, Anna. This is why people care. It's the blatant lying. I'm a 2X now. No, you're not. Again, people have eyes. An oversized, stretchy 2X that fits you like a sausage casing is not the same as fitting into a 2X. I'm done. Block me if you want. Rant about being attacked by big nasty meanie if you want, but I'm done seeing your nonsense all over my FYP. And Anna's put, sausage casing looks good on me. I think this commenter only spoke truths. Oh my god, there's still more! So this one is a picture of Anna cheesing with another screenshot of another comment on top. I'm a 2X and at least half your size. People follow you because you're a fucking jerk and make us feel better about our size. Simple as that. Anna captioned it, in order to increase the joy of the internet, I now wear a size small. I am also 7 feet tall and can do a triple back tuck. I will not be taking additional questions at this time. Haha, sassy, quirky. So you do care, is what I'm gathering here. No, really, I'm done being sassy. It's fun for a bit, but then I get bored. Like, there's way more interesting things in the world. For example, is anyone else watching Dispatches from Elsewhere on Netflix? I'm hooked. That was, in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate stories about this commenter attacking her. But she doesn't care, though. She's not hurt. She really doesn't care. That's why she made 7 separate stories about it. You're allowed to admit when something touches a nerve. Like, you don't need to pretend to be high and mighty. Like, if someone affects you, just be like, yeah, this hurt my feelings. But the fact that you post it on your stories just proves to us that it did affect you. Like, love at Simple Plan Austin. What a lovely note to receive from your weekly meal prep service. Thanks, Matt, for helping me get strong and meet my ridiculous protein goals. My god, yeah, that's why you need to consume 20 kilos of fucking cookie batter to reach them, I suppose. Went a little western with the banana today. Yeehaw. I mean, I am from Texas. I think she means bandana. I will never understand the wearing the bandana to the gym. Personally, that sounds like a sensory fucking nightmare. I'm an autistic girly, as we all fucking know, because I won't shut up talking about the fact I'm autistic. Having something around my neck while I'm trying to exercise sounds like an absolute sensory nightmare. Speaking of being in my head, sometimes I get so focused on my form, I forget other things. Like, for example, latching my belt. This is how I know that you're not overthinking your form and you're actually just wanting to get to the lift, is because when I'm about to lift, I've got a checklist in my head of like chalk, belt, positioning, hands, breathe, go. If you're so focused on form, surely we'd be going through that checklist in our heads of like what we need to be able to do the lift. You're just wanting to get to the lift by the looks of it. That's why you're forgetting your belt. I don't think that's you being in your head at that point. When your PR is so clean, the universe has to humble you afterwards. Like, I won't lie, the form of this Deaders is way better than what we've seen previously. Like, she's still not amazing, but like, it's way better than we've seen. It's still raised off the fucking ground. You can't see the knee lock out here because of the angle, but I'm sure she's still doing it. It's a better form, you know, give her where credit's due, but the concept of deadlifting in a bandana around my neck, sensory nightmare. Second of all, just chucking your fucking headphones like that, and I'm pretty sure they're Bose headphones, so they're not fucking cheap, do you know what I mean, is so obnoxious. Look at the state of the world right now, and you're chucking about hundreds of dollars a pair of headphones onto the floor. Anyway, maybe that's me being pedantic. Is there some slimming going on here around the belly, around here? I think there is. That looks a little bit fuzzy to me. Okay. Oh, so this is her DEXA scan. Using DEXA scans to help track my progress, I wanted to record that I felt good in my body before getting my results to remind myself that the numbers don't matter. What I learn from them does. I'm trying really hard to focus on making good choices because they feel good versus because they affect a number. There is more value in exercising, taking care of my body and eating well than a number can ever tell me. Yeah, but a number's a good fucking indicator of a direction that you're going in, Anna. Numbers don't fucking lie. You can lie to yourself and say, I feel good today, or I feel bad today, or I feel this today, I feel that today. But the numbers don't fucking lie. Your body fat percentage doesn't lie. Your bone density doesn't lie. Muscle mass doesn't lie. All these things don't fucking lie. My body decided, my body has done this, my body's done that. So then she goes missing a little bit. So that was from December 12th, and then bam, December 18th. Everyone was hypothesizing, why is she not here? Did the DEXA scan show her something that she didn't want to actually see? Blah, 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 blah. So she posts a picture of herself sat down. I wish you all a great holiday season filled with love and light. I know this month can be hard for a lot of people, so remember 2026 is just around the corner. And making it through is the best you can do. That is enough. Taking a break from social media to enjoy the festivities. I won't be online, so if you have any questions on where I shop or want details on something I've worn, it's all linked there. Just hysterical, being like, I know the holidays can be really hard. Buy my stuff. Give me money. And then on the same day, she also posted on her Viking Lifts account what a difference 4 months can make. And this time, she posted 2 strict presses back to back, which is hilarious because she must have took on board that strict presses and push presses cannot be compared. And yet, she's lifting more weight, but holy fucking back bend, baby. Her back is nearly touching her shelf arse. Like, look at the absolute state of that. You're pushing more weight, but at the risk of your back actually crab walking out the fucking room, mate. What are we doing? You are going to hurt yourself, Anna. December 20th, she comes back with a Vikings Lifts. Brought our energy to our Liftmas Strongman Saturday, and she's got 2 cases of Alani, which I'm presuming are energy drinks of some description. And then she disappears again for 10 days, and she comes back on December 30th. So after subjecting everyone to obnoxious tie-dye and a free Alani at the Liftmas, she comes back 10 days later on the 30th. Sometimes parts of my workouts are just boring. People don't talk about all the boring stuff you have to do to better equip yourself to exciting stuff. I know they're important, but that doesn't make them any less meh. And yet, this is something I said earlier in the video. The PRs and the PBs don't come from you just going to lift as heavy as you can every single week. It's in your lightweight, high volume technical work, and in your accessories where you push yourself to 7 to 10 RPE depending on where you are in your block of training race. There's a reason why I don't post myself fucking Arnold pressing fucking glute bridges and shit on my Instagram story, because it's boring. It's not interesting. Why does anyone want to see that? And this is something that my friend Melina at Honey Bryson says a lot. The results you want are in the hard work you don't want to do. So yeah, Anna, sometimes, well, actually, not even sometimes, all the time, a goal, a journey is boring. It can be boring to get to the fucking climax of the goal. It's not supposed to be exciting, high energy all the time. Look at that little fucking face. It will be boring. It will be tedious. You will get stuck. Some days will be better than other days, and some days will be fucking horrendous. Sometimes you just have to do the work and trust that the person that you're paying the money to, that is qualified, knows what the fuck they're talking about when they program you something. Look, Matt, no bumper plates. Deadlifting from the floor this time. I spent an hour doing this lift over and over, watching it back as I went until I got to a place that felt good. I'll be working on this for a bit, so it feels a bit more natural before work on upping the weight again. Deadlifted the same weight for an hour. No fucking wonder you're bored. I'd be bored. Trying to end this year on a win. Made it 50 seconds, resting for 20 minutes. What? Then I'm going to try and push through to that minute. Hang on. So she's planking, right? And she made it to 50 seconds. And then she's resting for 20 minutes. I thought my 90 seconds of rest between accessories was fucking excessive. Doesn't make it 50 seconds because she shifts back in 2. Like, I'll replay the video. As soon as your bum starts shifting upwards, which hers does, you're not planking anymore. So she didn't make it 50 seconds. She chat and wham. I hate training volume for now. There's a lot of things I used to hate that I like now. Do I hate it, or am I just not used to it yet? Deep thoughts to take into 2026. She's backbending to fuck here as well. One of those reps wasn't fully locked out. One arm is so much weaker than the other. And like, I'll say it again, volume is necessary to build strength. She just thinks that she can just come in the gym and hit a PR every single week. It's mad. Doing something that used to seem impossible. Right, so she's planking and she's got the timer there. Bouncing to the music to try and distract my mind. So immediately, you're not planking anymore. Because a plank is a static fucking movement. So, you actually made it 5 seconds. She actually made it, if anyone's wondering. 5 seconds. Okay.
Spent a lot of time during my little break reading, and I realized I really love to read. So I'm going to just start telling you guys about the books I read, and I've already read
an entire book this year, and I want to tell you guys about it. It's by Frida McFadden. It's called Ward D. People love this book. I didn't. I saw the twist coming all the way at the beginning, and by the time I got to the end and it was the twist I thought it would be, it felt very unsatisfying. But I also know with this author that there's always a twist. So I started the book looking for the twist, and I think that ruined it for me. So I think it'd be more enjoyable if you don't normally read.
Interviews, lot lifts and joys. I run a book club. Well, it's a variation of a kind of book club for my barbell buds, where we talk about the books we've been reading the week. And as you probably know, I am an avid reader. I try and I aim for a book a week. And a lot of the times I read non-fiction, memoirs, science books, etc. So I think it's awesome to read. And you know what? I'm not going to be a reading purist. If you want to read romance or if you want to read fiction, whatever, like you read whatever you read. Any sort of reading is good for you, right? It's great for the brain. So I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden last year. And it was good. It was enjoyable. Like, it was a quick read. I read it. I finished it pretty quickly. I didn't see the twist coming. I really enjoyed it. But that's because I went into it not knowing that Frida McFadden is known for twists. Now I know that. Now I'd probably be the same as Anna here, like, looking for a twist. I think it's cool that she's reading. That's better than doom scrolling. I learned a new skill today. I actually was able to do this a lot faster than expected. This looks good to me. Looks fine. Looks fine. My only issue is, and Ilona brought this up in her video over at Shikara Transformations, it's not the form that's the issue here, but she is very heavy, and if she fell off this, she would be fucking hurt. And of course, the Muscle Mommy t-shirt has returned. Today's gym fit was so unintentionally 80s. I got bored before the gym and decided to add a little sparkle to the look to my fit. Next thing I knew, I had done a full 80s glam. I don't usually wear makeup to the gym, but when the vibe to be extra hits, I can't ignore it. And again, said this earlier in the video, I don't give a flying fuck if you wear full face of makeup to the gym. If that's what you need to do to get yourself to the gym, fine. However, the concept of a woman wearing a Muscle Mommy t-shirt that has been lifting weights for fucking 2 minutes is still hilarious to me. I like to harass the boys, don't we fucking know it? But there is absolutely no way I could do this. The frame alone without the added plates is £250, which is 113 kilos. Well, yeah, because they're actually strongmen, Anna. Something that Ilona brought up, but I just wanted to drive home myself. There is an unwritten rule to not distract people when they're midlifting in strength sports, right? It's a thing, even down to like making eye contact. And one of my first things I was told when I started lifting in a strength gym with my coach on my 2-week free trial with him, he said, you can stand and watch people, because obviously, like, you know, don't just look away, whatever. Like, you can watch people, but don't make eye contact with them. Don't walk over their platform, don't walk in front of their platform, and don't make eye contact with them when they're setting up a lift, in the middle lift, or ending the lift. The reason why is, first of all, it's just fucking dangerous. Like, distracting someone mid-lift is dangerous. They can hurt themselves, or they can hurt you, or they can hurt others, right? If they get distracted, lose whatever they're doing, drop the weight, they're hurt, you're hurt, someone else is hurt. Second of all, it's just fucking rude. It's just inconsiderate and rude. Someone's grafting their arse off and they got a camera and you look a tit. You're a fucking tit. Monday grind! Who else is lifting today? Me with jazz hands. Do you know what, Anna? I did grind today. God, that fucking backpack, man. Oh, I do something like this every time this song plays on my playlist. It's got no sound, so I'm not entirely sure what it is. The concept of Anna chair grinding. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm tired. I can't take any more, Anna. So on that note, I'll leave it there, gang. What do you all think? Do you think Anna left because a DEXA scam pissed her off, or do you think she actually took time off for the holidays? I think she actually took time off for the holidays, but that may be an unpopular opinion. Let me know below in the comments. I will see you guys over the weekend for another video.